Yeah, putting hardliners back in power in Bulgaria would actually help. Eventually doing this. US, it's to have fallen. People said Poland under the right conditions can be had. Boom, let's do that. That'll reduce the loss in the long run. Oh, you can see their loyalty's extremely low now. Not quite the reserves for civil aid. Just have to wait and see if I get an event with them. Bulgaria wants to exit the Warsaw Pact. It's an army. That works. And increases their loyalty quite fast. That's things the US want. So let's let their loyalty do the same. Czechoslovakia. It's 24 loyalty. It's pretty much guaranteed to get another one of those events. Want to leave. Cool. Hangers in the heck of the US. Every time money is distributed, though, they'll do the soldiers increases. Any DEFCON hasn't gone up, so whatever. That should, in the long run, make things more stable. Change in ruling parties is, of course, a reason why you might want to at least not put moderates in power in the pregame events. The reason people recommend that is to try to get a free trade agreement with France really early, which feels a little cheap to say the least. You can do a little more diplomacy, just a smidge. UN support, I don't know for sure. I think some stuff about it solely. It's too high. US actually likes US, but it seems to just increase by 3 here regardless most of the time. Actually, that might be a waste of money, but it's almost certainly a waste. In fact, I'll do that. Get a little more cultural contentment out. Good deal. I think it increases 3 eternal. I don't know. Now we flipped. Figured it might. Mauritania probably can't do military soon enough. Maybe Cameroon. Or Kenya. And I can probably stabilize Kenya. Wait, what? What went wrong? Oh, this is faction. It's too high. Single military aid. Level. And Kenya, I think, should be stable on my side. One country the US won't get access to. Reformers trying to isolate you again. You should be against that. Ah, Bolivia flipped to my side. They flipped very low development. Great team to give us civil aid. We can't stop Mauritania from flipping. Senegal. Guinea. Sometimes you just gotta cut your losses. 0-1. Go. Let's do this. That'll draw down the reserves for sure. Boy, there's something I could trim. Those luxuries availability. 7. This costs more in corruption. Trim the service sector just a touch. Anti-alcohol campaign. Fixed prices. Just continue to keep the power volume levels and money. Nice. Deal with inflation, which I think costs a little extra anytime your reserves go too low due to spending. I think I can get military aid. Oh, I can. Cameroon. No, the money for that, that's right. Still. I build up on the Cameroon. Maybe Mauritania too, actually. conflict in Yugoslavia. After the democratization and economic reforms, national question is actual again. The government of Markovic couldn't deal with ethnic conflicts and economic crisis. Let's transfer power to Milosevic, the militarist. Full-blown military conflict has started. Support Milosevic's government. This is how you bring them to the Warsaw Pact eventually. We recognize Milosevic's government, a legitimate and installed economic and trade relationships. Secretly sent a large amount of weapons. Not great, but sometimes if they're gonna freaking didn't even pause that much. Remote control 75. Yeah, save the world from getting to a point like in our own world where ordinary people cannot live with dignity and respect. I mean, look at how we treat disabled. Often barely give them enough to survive. Disabled along COVID myself, especially if you get disabled at the wrong time and you can't get SSDI, such as, let's say, a PhD student gets disabled and most of their work was for a university. They wouldn't have any work credits from the university work. And yet the work credits required go up with age in the US. Even if they get SSDI, it's not that much money. SSI is really barely enough to live on, so, you know, we keep people barely able to survive. I'm not sure how familiar some of you are with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. But when people struggle to meet their bottommost needs on the pyramid, on the hierarchy, they can't meet their top ones. They will have to focus on those things so they don't manage to have love, self-actualization, belonging, like even safety. People are focused to put aside to focus just on their basic bodily needs that they can barely meet. It's a terrible way to treat human beings, and it forces them into a very undignified, unpleasant life. And we do stuff like this to all sorts of marginalized people, just so the rich can get richer. Political opponents. Now we are removing power, thanks to intelligence services and commerce materials. We try to remove or remain political rivals. People tried to claim the Soviet Union was this super rich oligarchy, but that's not supported by the facts. They became that, obviously, the people who stole everything that wasn't nailed down as it was collapsing. But historically, its level of income equality was usually among the best in the world. The developed world, anyways. Most of the time, just behind like one or two countries like Sweden. So didn't always exceed all the social democracies, but exceeded every single neoliberal country on earth. And most of the social democracies, so that's excellent levels of, I mean, even though you would expect better from a socialist country than that. And what was supposed to be a home revolution was better than most communist countries and nearly, I mean, well, than all other communist countries and most social democratic ones. So, and pretty much every right-wing capitalist country, not pretty much, then every single one. The ruling class did have some luxuries, though, that might not have been justified. It's just that it wasn't nearly as excessive as propaganda claims. Let's preserve political pluralism. Anyways. Everything is going according to plan. And it is. A small number of reformers is probably good, so I don't get the without reformers thing, or that might be without reformist leaders. Technocrats are allowed? Really? Guess that makes sense, the Malenkov type leader. Malenkov was something of a technocrat, historically. That was one of his defining features. Central loyalty is completely recovered. Rebuilding the reserves so I can take more actions here. More military to Mauritania. Wait, what? Oh. China broke into pieces and Xinjiang became socialist. That makes sense. Historically, when China was disintegrated, during like the pre-World War II period, semi-disintegrated, Xinjiang was actually under socialist control much earlier than the rest of China. That pocket up in the mountains. And then the communist actually won the civil wars after World War II because they had a lot of support with the ordinary people, and the nationalist government would put all the pain of supporting the war against the Japanese and ordinary people with forced conscription, grain taxes, all sorts of whereas didn't put much pain on the rich. And so that, people turned to the communist amount of things, to land redistribution, and did some of the radical inequality that was... Honduras joined my side. Notice this. I think I can stabilize it in my block. To keep an eye on it. To give military aid soon-ish. Cameron gets a level. Cool. Didn't serve, you aren't a man. A group of economists, together with a part of the party apparatus, suggested to cancel compulsory conscription. The Marts think that the conscription during peacetime is not used to defend our motherland, but to suppress individuality. No, it's used to keep a large army, in part to go out and aid the Third World, and in part to deal with like protests in the Warsaw Pact. Attempts to break off, so that I can put less money into propaganda to keep it loyal, and more to help the Third World. Economists said the army, quote, eats a lot of money, and it would be wise to send it to other economic sectors. Well, it doesn't force me to put more into weapons. You can have a large army that's not well equipped, while it can also improve our relations with the West. General spreading of anti-Soviet ideas among the youth. What should we do? Good thing. Militarize NSA. Something I normally couldn't do. I think this will go to... What's this? We need to militarize the site. Today, the militarization of the site in the Soviet Union was strengthened. The list of people removed from the service was narrowed. It hurt the economy, but generals no defense. So it's our power strengthening. How much did it hurt my economy? Intellectuals don't love that, obviously. To full society militarization. Every citizen should know how to hold a gun and banish invaders from our motherland. think I could have actually reached that, you need the wartime army policy normally. DEFCON 1, yeah. That should get the size of the army up. Mystically, it might have even been up to bring India into my block when I couldn't otherwise. Oh, it just cost 50 resources, whatever. It's going to delay things with the Third World temporarily in the long run. Probably stronger military and larger. Polish crisis. Polish economy is not in the best shape. Stagnation, enormous debt is a huge burden for the Polish government. They can't handle it anymore, and the Polish are losing hope, asking for help. My army is not large enough to occupy Poland, and my reserves not enough to give money. Their problem, that's not good. The Polish government retired was replaced by a pro-Western opposition. The new government cut some military and economic relations, thus established trade relations with some of the European countries. Lovely. It's definitely going to try and lead the wars of that. I wonder why I couldn't invade. Maybe because the army didn't have the numbers. Probably. Well, if their world aid. Poland wants to exit the Warsaw Pact. Yep. After a series of retirements and protests, the new government condemns their policy. In comes the army. Poland is actually one of the countries that did relatively well leaving the Soviet Union, whereas most countries in the bloc, the Warsaw Pact, did not. Can't do this. It's not the majority. It's gonna probably need to rise in DEFCON. That didn't work. Oh. Has to be less, not less than equal. And they're back. Probably need to rise in DEFCON, but... Cool. Kosygin Requiem. Comrades suggest to continue the cancel reforms of Kosygin, which will decentralize the economy and make independent from ideology. Will also boost our economic growth, but will increase our dependency on the outer market. The choice is yours. I've gotten Wait, boy, sick of this kind of nonsense. Make him retire. Under pressure, the entire state apparatus supporters of the reforms willingly retired. Well, this doesn't give me that reformist. But some reduction in the reformer support, it seems. Which currently they are pain in my rear. Reduce right-wing loyalty. Also opposition strength, which is what leads to a lot of the events that you have to watch out for in the republics.